The special meeting of the Township Council is called to order. Madam Clerk.
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of the special meeting of the Franklin Township Council was made by the posting on the bulletin board, posted on the Township's website, and electronically transmitted to the officially designated newspapers, indicating that this special meeting would take place via WebEx at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, July 27, 2021.
Okay, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Here.
Councilman Chase? Councilwoman Francois?
Here.
Mayor Kramer?
Here.
Councilman Onijaka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Here.
Councilwoman Udine?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Vassanella?
Here.
Councilman Wright?
So Councilman Chase informed me that he had a prior engagement. This meeting was just noticed on Friday. So we should excuse him. This is a special meeting, and at our last meeting, we indicated that all future meetings would be in person and not virtual. So I thought it appropriate that the township attorney indicate how we can legally hold this virtually.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I just want to remind council that at the last meeting, we had a discussion about the interplay between the governor's executive order and the rules and regulations that DCA had promulgated that allowed us to have Zoom meetings. And those regulations continue in effect through September 30th. And of course, that then gives the council the option to hold meetings, any meetings, either by Zoom or by attendance by the public, in other words, in-person meetings. When we last spoke, council did what they took the legislative action they needed to take to make the meetings in person again, and that is amending their annual meeting schedule to provide for the meetings to take place in person. Obviously, council, the mayor and I have had discussions, and I know that what the mayor's opinion is about the change in circumstances in the pandemic in the course of the virus. So we talked about having a special meeting, but once again, the options for holding meetings in person or virtual still remains under the law. So the reason we're able to have this is because we called a special meeting, and the special meeting notice that was published specifically had the provisions in it that are required by law to have a Zoom meeting, and that's what we're doing. The legislation you have on, which is the only item that can be on at a special meeting because it's in the published agenda, would again let's call it re-amend the annual notice of council meetings to indicate that the meetings will again be virtual until such time as council takes further action. So that's what you have before you. The reason that you can have this meeting virtually is because it is a special meeting, and the legislative authorization and the DCA regulations are still in place that allow you to do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in, seconded. All in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are now open to the public. People may speak for 2 minutes. No yielding of time, may only speak once. Mr. McQueen, someone has their hand up.
Yes, anybody from the public wishing to speak, we ask to use the chat function, raise hand feature, or start 3 from your telephone. Caller 908-305, you are unmuted.
Yes, thank you very much. This is Jim Johnston at 34 Norwich Place. How is everybody? Okay, thanks. All right, I have to admit I'm a little bit confused because during the past week I've been reading in the Franklin media that the town council was considering reneging on their promise to go back to in-person meetings Now, by hearing what you just said now, does that mean that, is it possible that the next town council meeting could be in person? I'm still a little bit confused on that.
So-
But
Mr. Johnson, I don't want you to be confused, and I apologize if I said something that confused you. At the
Oh,
last
okay.
council meeting, the council did vote to have the meetings be in person, but the legislation there, considering tonight, is to go back on that, to change that and go back to virtual meetings only.
Oh, all right, because I want to mention, though, that the Somerset County Commissioners, they have now already gone back to in-person meetings. They're having a meeting tonight, and they're inviting the public to come to the administration building in Somerville. So they are already back doing in-person meetings. So I was hoping that we could follow their example. Okay, that's what I had to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. McQueen?
Anybody else from the public wishing to speak, we ask that you use the raise hand feature in the chat or star 3 from by the telephone. Mr. Mayor, I do not see anybody else indicating they would like to speak.
We have a motion to close to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing to the public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are closed to the public. So next item is council responses to public comments. I will respond to Mr. Johnson when we get to the resolution. Does anyone else have a response to Mr. Johnson? Hearing and seeing none, we're now to the resolution. So I take full responsibility for this. I advised council last time that it was safe, in my opinion, to go to public meetings. At that time, I won't go through all the statistics that are available to me, but at that time we were averaging 0.4 cases per day. So 0.4 positive COVID cases a day. It was almost like clockwork. The next day we had, what was it, 7 cases. So it shot up almost immediately afterwards. We are now averaging almost 8 cases a day. So that's an order of magnitude that we have increased. And I think that, it is safer now for ourselves and for the public to have stay with virtual meetings until things change. So one of my few powers as mayor is to be able to call special meetings, and I've done so. And I am recommending now to council that we, because of this rapid rise in cases in town, that we stay with virtual meetings. So I will present the resolution 21-259, change public meetings to virtual meetings. And the resolution is, be it resolved, all township boards, committees, and commission meetings will be held virtually until further notice. That's my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing no discussion, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Councilman Oni Jaka,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Udine,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Vasanella.
Yes.
Okay, are there any other comments anyone has? And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are adjourned. Please be safe, people. The Delta variant is out there. Please be careful. I'm wearing a mask when I'm with anybody. Be well, Franklin.